One question that we often receive is, can I get chaptered for a GOMOR? Let's start off by just defining what those terms mean, right? Being chaptered means that you're being moved for an administrative separation. That is, to be kicked out or fired from the military prior to the normal term of that person's service. A GOMOR, or an LOR, refers to a General Officer Memorandum of Reprimand. That is where a flag officer and a general officer administratively reprimands that person. It's a written admonishment that you did something wrong and that person is being reprimanded for it. It also has another paragraph in it, sort of what we consider to be sometimes called the magic language, where it says that this general officer or this flag officer is considering the filing of this reprimand into that person's official military record. If that GOMOR, or if that letter of reprimand is formally filed, then it has the added consequence of potentially causing that person to have to show cause or to have to be separated, face separation anyway, automatically, depending upon that person's branch of service. So the short answer is to the question, can I get chaptered for a GOMOR, is yes, absolutely. In many cases, that is the next logical step for the command to take. Oftentimes, commanders may not even realize that depending on the circumstance, depending on the person's rank, depending upon what career milestones may be coming up for that person, that even if it's that commander's or that general officer's intent to only give the reprimand, that does not necessarily mean that's the end of things. There are steps in place known as acts, which guarantee that if the person receives bad paper, that the highest levels of the command, that is, the HR people, human resources, are going to automatically cause that person to have to face potential elimination from the service if they are an officer. For enlisted personnel, there's also different milestones that may trigger one of these. It could trigger a QMP process where there's quality management control to determine whether or not that person is fit to continue to serve at that current rank and increasing levels of responsibility. It also gives your command their own prerogative if they choose. And depending upon where you are, that happens a lot, where that GOMOR will automatically trigger that commander to decide they want to determine by a board or otherwise if that person should be allowed to remain in the service.